There you go.
Okay, we're live for real. We made it.
We're live. We're live.
Yeah. Woo. All right.
How you doing, girl? You
me?
all right? Yeah.
If sweat wasn't a thing, it is today.
Now.
Yes,
it is now.
It is for real.
But it's for a good reason, because the Chapels have our first guest.
Our first
You are
guest.
the Genesis.
You are the first guy. I know.
You're the alpha.
So let me just let y'all in on something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, should I wait for some people to come in?
No, they all right. What would you want? You ever skip?
The room.
No, here, take this cup off. I'll put it up here.
No, it's fine, because you're not going to give it back.
Yes, ma'am. But yeah, this is our first guest on Chatting here with the Chapels. We have our special guest. Hold on.
I have an intro for her.
I know, that's what I was going to say. Let me back up and give you your space and your time, so I can get out of the way and make room.
It's your time
for
too.
The amazing, world-renowned, the most impressive human being on the earth.
Holly,
come on.
No
pressure though.
Put your little hands together.
Put your hands together. Let's go.
Yeah.
Ahead.
Yes. All right. Tonight, my special guest. Her name is Precious Benjamin.
Let's go.
I just want y'all to get all of that down. Precious Benjamin. Okay. Let me just give y'all her intro. She's an aspiring marriage and family therapist.
Yes, she is.
That strives to cultivate growth, encouragement, grace, and authenticity.
Yes.
Not only with those she meets, but within the world. She enjoys doing Give It Up for Precious Benjamin.
Woo!
Hello. Glad to be
here.
So
much for joining us. I am so excited for this.
Can I add my own little piece to the intro?
Sure, please.
Precious is also she doesn't know this. Well, she does. I've given her my co-pays. She is also my Instagram therapist.
Nice. Nice.
Gets me together. Like today's session.
Yeah.
I'm 3 co-pays behind, babes. I need you to see your
What?
I'm gonna give you her cash app.
I was gonna say I had no idea. So
my goodness, today's was heavy. I had to log off and get
pay
my
your
notebooks.
bills.
I gotta think about this. Like, it makes you think the questions are deep.
Yeah.
But Precious, let them know how they can find you. Where can they follow you?
I'm gonna run her stuff here while she's talking about it.
Yeah. So I am on socials. On Instagram, which you'll probably be able to find me the most easiest. Maybe. I'm under PKs all the way. That's all lower cap. Yeah. And that's where you can see the stories that he's been talking about. I'm also on Facebook, but it'll probably be a lot harder to find me because of, the whole spelling of my name. So you probably will do much better with Instagram. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram there. I'm on Pinterest if you want to check out my boards just to see what goes on in his head and seeing it in board style. Feel free to check it out too.
Excuse me as I go to Pinterest.
I love BRB. He does. He Pinterests everything.
It's so
I know.
Great.
I need more Pinterest time.
Life
and
one thing.
Right. And be like, look at my life of board, my board life, but also my board of life.
I don't know.
But it is such an honor to have you here as our first guest
on
Chatting with the Chapels. And we spend a lot of time talking about some random things, but also intentional things. And it's a pretty important topic that we're talking about today.
Today's is intentional. Today's is important. I brought Precious on because it's very important. As you can see, our title here, Mental Health the Millennial Way, right? We always, we will knock on the millennials for everything, okay? They didn't take the trash out right. They don't listen to the right music. They wear the weird shoes and clothes. Like, it's just always something. And so I want to bring and shed some light on the mental health side of that. And so I'm gonna jump right into my question.
Yeah, because listen, I'm going to take a back seat
Oh, you are?
Yes, I'm going to let the experts
Oh,
do what the experts do.
that's cute.
Because we have experts on the line. I am not a mental health expert. I will prophesy your life to get
Oh, wait.
But go ahead, babe. Go ahead. Let them use you, child.
But your mic is still on, so don't say nothing crazy.
I will.
I know he's gonna be like,
No promises.
I know. Okay, I hope you guys are ready. I am absolutely excited for this episode, and the others that I do have lined up. I'm excited for those. This is an important topic to me. So the first question I have is, what have you noticed are some of the barriers that are presented with the millennials and mental health in that aspect?
From what I've observed, I would say we're kind of shifting to the mindset of embracing oh, my mental health is important, and oh, I can talk about mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw this Pinterest. I saw this meme on Pinterest, and it was baby boomers, and they're like, she goes to a therapist, and then it's millennials today, and the millennials are like, oh my gosh, you will not believe what my therapist told me the other day, and I'm like, that's so accurate. It's
The accuracy is there.
There's the whole shift. It's a shift of oh, I go to a therapist. So yo, do you want to hear my therapist say? Because I think it's really going to help you out, because it really helped me.
Yeah.
And so just in having that shift to embracing the fact that our mental health is important, but then also the steps that we need to take to better our mental health and check in our mental health.
Sure.
Those things, but also I think another barrier at times, if we go to seek out therapy and stuff, is oh, sorry, one quick thing. I can talk, and I'm also looking directly at the camera and not at you. So if you need me to pause so you can say something, or you need to marinate on something, just wave your hands, because I will just go.
It's fine. Go ahead, girl.
You're the
Okay.
Yeah, you're the expert. Go ahead, girl. We here for you.
Okay.
I'm Maury.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm Oprah.
You Oprah. You are.
I gotta hear so I can pass on. Right. I am. Get our life together.
Okay, cool. But something that I've noticed is one barrier is just when it comes to either time, as far as scheduling with work schedule and or school schedule, and also finances at times. Just knowing that going into a session with a therapist, just being hey, so I'm a student and I also work. This is what I'm able to do. This is what I'm not able to do. But I think since we made the transition to teletherapy and things like that, having that option available, that's been helpful for people.
Mm-hmm.
But then also there's some therapists that have a pretty good discount for other people, if they're interns and things like that, or just starting out.
Yeah.
And then insurances have been pretty decent with offering that. Shout out to TRICARE for all the military YAs out there. So
Right.
yeah. But yeah, I would say those things are kind of the big things. But I will give us major props, because we have definitely grown a lot. You hear a lot of millennials who are yeah, I just quit my job. Why'd you quit your job? They didn't pay you enough? No, it wasn't helping my mental health. And you hear older people that are
what? Yeah, because you know what?
But it's paying you great.
Right. And we're trained. I think the generations above you guys were, I say trained, taught, however you want to phrase it, to gain stability no matter what the circumstance was. Right?
Yeah.
Let's get the stability. You can get your mental health later. And we've just kind of continued on with that tradition up until recently, because what was it? 4 million people quit their job
in March. 4 million people quit their jobs in March.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a big deal when you're talking about, you know, mental health and people working. They don't they
Hmm.
take into now they take into consideration that there are things that go along with that, including work.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Those are
Hmm.
things.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good part of it all. You saying that
Hmm.
people, they're like, no, my mental health comes first. And I'm
Yeah.
glad that that's trickled down to the millennials.
Hmm.
It's just that's important. Um,
Yeah.
that is really important. Okay, so I'm just excited that you're here. Don't y'all don't forgive me because I'm the one who's super excited. I'm 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 running her information down at the screen below, so you'll see her email address along with her Instagram information. Um, where we earlier she gave you guys her Pinterest information, and like she said, it's not that easy to find her on Facebook. So don't try to rush out and find her on Facebook if you don't already
Okay.
have her. But those two other areas that we do have down there scrolling, those are places where you can go and see um, all of the different things that she posts regarding mental health. And listen, her stories are absolutely amazing. I'm always like, I can't look at these for too. Like I go back, and you just watch a story because it's a story. It's something quick, right?
Hmm.
But then I go back and I watch the story like 3 times, and I'm all, see, this is why. This is why I like the post, because then I can go back and be like, look at this post, and not. But then the stories, I'm all, they're gone in 24 hours. And it was such a good story,
Girl,
and I
listen,
can't
you have to
remember.
screenshot.
Yes, but then I feel creepish. Like, can't you see when people screenshot your
I
stuff?
want Precious to know I'm screenshotting.
You want what?
I want you to know that I'm screenshotting.
Oh, that's totally fine. I
Accountability.
screenshot without remorse. So if you screenshot without remorse, I really don't care. That means
That's
you're
so
really
funny.
getting it and
All
like,
right, it's
yeah.
coming
So
through. It's coming through. That's awesome.
So I have a question. It's my turn.
It is his turn.
It's my turn. Sorry. If you don't know, I sing everything. So here's
it's
my
all good.
question.
It's like a Disney movie.
Yeah, my whole life
Listen, that I don't know.
that he doesn't
I
know.
have a confession to you, Precious. You may judge me.
Nah, he just needs to be therapized on this level. Make sure in your next session that you address this.
I don't think I've seen very many Disney movies. Like like Lion King, uh,
Little
Beauty,
Mermaid,
Little Mermaid.
like some of the classics. He's just like,
Is
meh.
Finding Nemo a Disney movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's about a single dad. That's like
Yeah.
one of my favorites. I'm all, oh my gosh, it's not a single mom, it's a single dad.
Sorry,
Mhm.
Still equally
It's all
sad,
good.
but
It's okay.
I'm not big on cartoons.
clearly,
I never was though. I never got into cartoons.
sad.
Anyway,
We're not here to talk about.
so Precious, what is your
Yeah.
unique perspective on mental health and how the church plays in this area of our lives?
Hmm.
Your unique perspective on mental health and how the church plays in this area for our lives.
Okay. I'm glad you said it again because I most definitely was going to ask you to repeat the beginning. Got it. Cool. So for the first part, um, I would say for me, mental health is what drives everything that we do and how we interact with people and how we live our lives. And I feel like if everything is being healed up here, being renewed up here, all those things, then it'll trickle like all the way throughout.
Sure.
And so if someone chooses to like either seek out therapy or chooses to like get help for their like mind or whatever the case may be, it doesn't mean most of the time that there's an issue. Like, and I think that's something that we're starting to kind of grasp. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to a therapist, it means I have a problem. there's some people that just go to a therapist just to have the experience, or there's like others that are like, oh, I just want to do better in life in general. Like, I don't think I have any trauma. I don't think I struggle with any anxiety or anything like that. I just want to go just to like see if there's anything I can do better with. Yeah. And so just like changing the mindset of like, oh, there's something wrong with me, but changing it to like, I just want to better myself like overall. Right. Or just having the mindset of like, I want to increase in my self-awareness. So I'm going to reach out to someone who has an outside perspective and can give me thoughts and perspectives and things of my life that I may not have considered before, where I'm just like thinking about it on my own.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wait, are you guys going to say something? So yeah.
No. We're just all the way engaged. We're fully engaged right now. We're like,
Yes, we are aiming for it.
So yeah, I would say that's kind of like my perspective. And that's how it is for me. Like, I'm just like, one of my biggest prayers that I had, like, how old was I? Oh gosh, it was a few years ago. I'm 24. I think I was like 18 or 19 or something like that. But I was like, God, like, I want to increase my self-awareness, because I saw a sermon about it. They were talking about it. And I was like, yo, like, yeah. And like, I'm like, oh, you really heard that prayer? Because I'm becoming aware of all these things. And I'm like, okay.
And it's so different when it comes through, right? It's all, oh, so that one you heard, and that one's coming quick, like super quick.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And so that's just been like my mindset when it comes to all just like increasing my self-awareness and like all those things. So that's my answer to that. And so regarding like the church and like how they can join in, integrate it, and all those things, I think it goes back to just changing that mindset of like, oh, mental health does not always mean there's a problem. Like, it's just something that's good overall. And like something that I've been learning is just like seeing how like theology and psychology can actually intertwine together. And they do so beautifully. Like,
That's a good point.
They really do. Like, there's texts like in the Bible that talk about having great counsel and like having solitude. The Bible talks about boundaries. God gave us boundaries. He's like the ultimate example of boundaries. He says, here are my 10 commandments. These are my boundaries. Please respect these.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Don't step outside of them and have a great day.
If you step outside of them, there's a problem with our relationship now.
I was in a session a few days ago, and the gentleman was talking about anxiety. And he said, did you all know that anxiety is in the Bible? We're all room full of pastors. He's going to be deep right here. But it was really simple. He talked about when Mary and Joseph lost Jesus. Right. And Jesus is hanging out with, the high priest, all the scholars, and he's talking and he's being scholarly because he's God in flesh. Although he's in this adolescent body, he's still God. And here come the parents projecting their anxiety on the Son of God. All they saw was a child. Forgot he was God.
But how that's so relatable to so many parent-children relationships now, like currently, even adult children to older parents, younger children to parents. It's like that is part of the relationship. It's like it's ingrained that's how it's supposed to be.
No, seriously, that's so true. And like, even like, I remember I was in a training for like student leadership, and they were saying like, hey, it's important to make sure that you guys like rest, as you're leading these Bible studies and interacting with students, like make sure you have your rest. And like, are there any thoughts with that? And like, we had read about the story of when like, what was it? I think Jesus just performed a really big miracle, and like he went away by himself and rested. And I was like, so Jesus basically told us we can take a nap after we do ministry. Like, we can go and like separate and just relax for a bit.
And retreat, okay? Refresh, renew. Yes.
Like, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to relax. Like, and the thing is like, we can't pour out of an empty cup. Like, we
Amen.
can't serve out of an empty cup. Like,
Right.
yes, we say, God, fill us up, fill us up. And in his example of filling us up could just be, I need you to just like not do anything this Sunday.
Yep, sit.
Like, I
Just
need
chill.
you to just sit and
Be
receive
still.
the word.
Yes.
And that's it. And that's like hard because we feel like we should be doing. But God is like, even I rested. Like,
Yeah.
I
Even I
created the
did
world and I rested
Yeah.
for a whole dang day.
Yahweh took a day off.
Took the day off. Child, and we will rip and run and
Think
do
about it.
38 things on our day off.
Right.
All these universes we're discovering that are in existence. He made all of that and said, you know what? I'm gonna take a day off.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna take a day off.
Yeah.
I have a part B to this question.
Mhm.
Sorry. You mind if I go off script for a moment?
I mean,
Hallelujah.
welcome.
So
Welcome.
a few weeks ago at church, we had an altar moment, and you were with me. And there was a young lady who was going through some stress. And I had to be very delicate and very intentional about my words, my touches, because I was discerning there was something about to break in her mentally. And I was really feeding off of you and your non-silent, your nonverbal communication, right? I really was, because I was not the
Yeah.
expert in that moment.
Yeah.
And after that night, that day, I began to think, like, what do altar calls look like for millennials? Because I remember what it looked like for me, lots of tissue, trash cans and sheets,
Sure.
and you tarry and you're there and people are touching you and they're laying hands on you and they're throwing you everywhere, they're blowing on you. There's all these things, right? But what do altar calls look like from a millennial point of view? Like, could you speak in it a little bit? Like, what does that look like, and how does that bridge with mental health?
That's a really good question.
Thrown in off the wall question.
Even for yourself, what does that look like for you?
Yeah. I think something that's really important to us is like having like connection and like intimacy.
Yes.
And so I think when it comes to like us going up to the altar, like, man, okay, I have like, my brain is going 100 miles, but my mouth is only going 50. And so it's like slowly making its way there. But I think one thing that's like important is just making sure that intimacy is there.
Yeah.
Like, I know for me, if I am like actually working the altar and I'm like praying for people, and say I'm praying for like one of the ladies that I have that I serve with, like one of the other young adults in the church, like, because that spiritual connection is there, I immediately like just start crying, because I'm just like, I walk up to them and it's connected. I'm like, oh my God, I just did it again. So like, I think one thing that's important is just like focusing in on just them, focusing in on just us.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if I'm like crying, embrace me. Like, if I'm kind of like, oh, don't touch me, just just kind of hold my hand, whatever the case may be. Yeah. But just like something letting me know that like you're focusing on me and that you're there like with me.
Yeah.
That's good.
And yeah, I would say that's just like the biggest thing. I know I've had an experience at the altar, not at our church, but I was at another event or something, and like I went to get prayed for, and it was just like, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay.
Here we go.
Jesus, okay. I'm gonna go back to my seat now. Thank you.
It was like a fast food type altar call.
Threw the bag out the window with the cup, like,
right. And like, I mean, granted, there's some situations where it's like there's a sea of like 1,000 people, so like that's all that they can do. I totally get that. But I think also for us millennials, like, it's important for us to make sure that we own that experience too. Yeah. Until someone comes to minister with us. Yes. Like, there's a good bit that are like kind of shy. So even when like the invitation is gonna, come to the altar, it's like, okay, I don't want to be the only one up there. Like,
Yeah.
how closer do I go? Who's
Sure.
gonna pray for me? Like, I have a little special hair done today. Are they gonna knock something off? Like, don't want to mess with the fit, like that kind of thing. But like when we go up there, like just one beginning to have that experience like for ourselves.
Sure.
And beginning to cultivate that for ourselves, and then believing that whoever comes, if someone comes to lay hands on us, then they're adding to that experience and they're cultivating and multiplying that experience, whatever the case may be. But yeah, most of the time it's just like we're ready to receive from God and from whomever God calls to be in front of us. So yeah. But in that instance, sir, you did good. Yeah.
Thank you. You know, because I didn't want, because listen, I've been a part of a lot of altar calls, and they can be very intimidating if you don't know. And especially with the church like ours, it gets kind of intense sometimes. Sure. And if you're going through a very, hard situation and you're shy or you're hurting and you just don't know, and you take that step to come up there, what she didn't need is a 300-pound black man grabbing her little 100-pound face.
Right.
and
slamming her into the ground.
Show. Come on, devil. She didn't need that.
Thanks. And I'm glad that there are people at the altar at our church who do discern those things, right? Like paying attention is because I'm super shy too. But listen, I am.
You are. Me too.
And even the more so when I get to the altar, because I feel like that's such an intimate moment that I almost don't want anyone to touch me, because I'm like, actually, I'm just trying to get here and not really here. But okay, fine. Like, all right, fine.
But from a marriage point of view, that's why when you go to an altar, my love, that's why I stand with you.
Right.
I'm your bouncer.
Yeah.
She's good. Back up. Boom. I got her own sheet. Back up. I'm stiff arm people.
It's because I'm like, I don't like, I'm that's an intimate experience for me, right? So I understand from that perspective when it comes to like having that moment. You don't necessarily want, people to maybe touch you, or if you do, let me invite you in for that.
Ask permission.
Yeah. So people who are discerning up there and aware, that's probably more beneficial, the more for millennials who have that kind of,
This is so helpful.
It is.
I want to send an amazing email tonight.
Where's it going to go?
To our pastor of prayer.
Oh, child.
Because guess what? Our intercessors and altar workers need to know this.
Yeah.
They need to know this. It's very important.
It is important. It's important because we do have millennials in our church, right? And so we do want them to have that experience at the altar, even if it's in their chair, right? Even if you're just at your seat, for them to know, like, I can have that relationship without pressure, without feeling like I'm going to get knocked into the aisle. Like that moment, you know what I mean? It will happen, but we don't want them to feel that immediately when they walk up there. They're already nervous, right? Like, okay, I'm up here. Like, here. Let me just breathe because I made it up here,
Yes.
And I'm not by myself. There's like 17 people up here. I'm all right. I'm okay. We're okay,
Yeah.
So I think that's great. Thank you for speaking into that, because that's important.
Of course.
That's good. So here's another question. What do you do outside of work that help you maintain a healthy, well-balanced life? Outside of work, what do you do to maintain a healthy, balanced life?
So one thing that I do is, so when I come in from work, I actually take it's like almost an hour, like minimum maybe like 15-30 minutes, but I take a whole time to literally like metamorphosize and transition out of work. So like I literally come in, I change clothes. I have a whole routine with my Echo Dot. I'm not going to say what the routine is because she's like in the next room. If she hears it, she's doing the routine. But it's happened before. But, I say my little routine, my little word or whatever, my command, and then she starts playing Naomi Rain. And like, I literally like just stretch for like 15, like 30 minutes. I just stretch. And that's like literally my way of like undoing all of like the work stuff and like transitioning back into like, okay, this is just Precious the person now.
Yeah, nice.
And then after I do that, I'll like watch an episode of something on TV, and then I can actually interact with like everyone else. Because once I'm like done with work, my brain is like, no, we can't take in anything else.
Right.
So yeah, I do that. That's something that I do when I get off of work and stuff. But I also have self-care Fridays.
Oh yeah.
So if you happen to have me on social media, you probably know what this is. But
listen, I know.
Come on, self-care Friday.
Yeah. So that's usually the day that I take to. It's literally dedicated to like everything Precious and like everything that's centering Precious back to Precious, because the whole week it's just been school and ministry and work and all the combination of those things. And then on the weekend, it's a little bit of school and ministry and all those things minus work. So that's like the one day that I have to just.
You said you have to bring Precious back to Precious.
Yes.
That's good.
That's so good. I was sitting here like chomping at the bit because I'm all, oh my gosh, that's so good. That's so good. Bringing yourself back to you. That's so good, because we are so used to just go, give. And that moment to be like, all right, this is for me.
Yeah.
I'm about to do this for me. This doesn't have anything to do with being a wife, being a mother, being a daughter, like, it doesn't have anything to do with that. It has everything to do with just me.
Because we bring in all those roles home.
Yeah.
And if you don't really know who you are to begin with, you think that all those things
are who you are.
And it's not.
No. Those are just titles that are given to you. That's what you do for a living. That's not who you are. That's what you do for a living. That's your career. That's what you choose to earn money. Got it.
That's so good. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Sorry, I didn't either, but that was really good.
You're totally good. I'm like working on like my pauses and like looking at you guys.
Please continue. After you finish, you bring Precious back to Precious.
You bring Precious back to Precious, and then go on. Sorry, we interrupted.
You're good. So that day is just literally filled with like everything that brings me back to me. So I'm working out, doing a face mask. I'm journaling. I'm working on spiritual health. I'm reading. Getting a massage. Oh my gosh, guys, this is so random, but I have a massage scheduled for next week and I'm so excited. Okay, anyways.
I'm going to tell you right now that I am so jealous. I'm getting close to this microphone because I just want everyone to hear it now. It's literally the one thing that I keep putting off.
3 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want a massage. Like, I feel like I don't want anything else at this point. And Viren's like, then go get one. And I'm like, yeah, but when? Right?
Yes.
So like you saying
tomorrow.
This, yeah.
I'll buy the Groupon tonight.
Yeah. You already know what I have to do tomorrow.
See what I'm saying? You gotta bring Zakiya back to Zakiya.
I know. I do.
See what I did?
And you know what? That's so true. There was some
I'm taking notes.
There was some stuff taken off of my schedule tomorrow. I might have time to bring Zakiya back to Zakiya.
Oh, hallelujah.
Don't say it too loud though.
No, I'm gonna say it in the atmosphere.
I like that. I'm gonna start doing that.
Do it.
Every time I see you in church, I'm gonna be like,
boom, boom, boom.
Out in the atmosphere, girl. That's where it's going.
In the atmosphere. So you do all of this before you have any kind of conversation with your siblings, your parents. This is just your time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So like if we're in the car, like they know.
Don't ask me nothing.
Boundaries.
That now, see now, all right. This is good knowing now, but like, this is good to know for people who, like, listen, if I'm giving you a ride, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not talking to you the whole way home.
Take
Matter of
notes.
fact, as soon as we step our foot outside of work, I'm not saying nothing else to you.
Yeah.
The door is unlocked, you'll hear it unlock. Like, you know what I mean? And then I'll see you tomorrow. If that's what we're doing with carpooling, I'll see you in the morning. Like, you already know the routine, but don't talk to me.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't take that much time. And in my, like, because I do the same thing, I take 30 minutes, but mine isn't consistent enough. Like, mine isn't every day 30 minutes. And even when I'm like, okay, I got to take 30 minutes, then I'm like, my brain won't shut down enough from the day. I've gotten better at separating or now having work-life balance working from home.
Yeah.
Because before, girl, I was trying to do all the things at home and I was like, why?
So
Yeah.
Who can, and then I'm like, wait, no, you're not a stay-at-home mom. You're working.
it was like Thanksgiving where they had mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes,
Yeah.
potato pancakes,
Oh,
cheese and
rotten,
potatoes,
roasted
salad,
potato.
roasted potatoes. There's so many potato dishes at Thanksgiving. That's what it looked like.
That's what it felt like. I was like doing laundry and then I'd be over here vacuuming and then don't forget to dust. And it's like, because when I'm home, I can think of all the things that need to be done. Let me run the washing machine 74 times throughout the day just because I can get all the laundry done. And then by the end of the day, I'm like, gosh, I'm so tired. Well, yeah, because you're doing double duty.
All
like,
the things, yeah.
all day. So I get it. Taking that 30-minute rest is important, and I'm not consistent enough doing it. But I think that it's time to be more consistent.
It's time.
Oh, he got a song for everything.
Time to make a change.
Yep.
We are the people who can do it. Time to make a change. You got some questions from the people?
We got a couple. Actually, yeah. I wasn't paying attention to all of these.
Let's see what the people got to say.
Okay.
Who's the first one?
Julie says,
Julie, what's cracking?
what would you say to a client that is a believer who is struggling with symptoms of depression and has considered addressing her symptoms with medication, but is apprehensive because she is a believer? That was a lot. I did read this one question, but I might save questions for if Precious wants to go back and revisit and answer them.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Because like this is, I wasn't going to do question and answer like we always do with Chat with the Chapel. I was really just going to do, it's more about interviewing her and more about.
Understood, Chef.
Okay. All right, but we did get that one question. So
I will go with your flow.
It's about a believer who's struggling with symptoms of depression, is considering addressing her symptoms with medication, but is skeptical to do so because she's a believer.
Okay.
Basically, I think the question is, how do you walk with someone who is skeptical about taking medication because they're a believer?
Okay, so I just want to address something really quick. I made a facial expression when this question was read, and that was because I'm in a class where we're talking about medication and like Christianity. So now I was like, oh, well, here we are.
Y'all, come on, Jesus.
Come on, practical. Put it to work, doctor.
Can you use this as like your part of your class grade? Like, here, let me. So I just talked about this with a whole bunch of people. Yeah.
Does this equate to a DQ question?
Exactly.
Oh gosh. So yeah, I think this goes back to like the integration of psychology and like theology, whatever the case may be. So when it comes to like, Christianity, the one aspect is like, oh, God is going to heal me, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to pray to him and all those things, which is also great. And then the other thing with medication is like, oh, like this has been proven to like, help, your brain, the dopamine levels, serotonin levels, all the things whatever the case may be, and help you to be able to live the life that you're supposed to live, but then also be able to still function. in the midst of you having these symptoms, whatever the case may be. The thing is like, it's really relative to the person, but I know a good bit of Christians and even prominent, like high influential Christians that do take medication for their mental illness. And this is just me personally. This is Precious talking. This is just Precious talking. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, with taking medication to help your depressive symptoms. Because as we've heard many times before, you can take the medication and pray to God and be like, okay, God, I'm being obedient to my doctor. I'm taking this medication. I'm believing that as I'm obedient taking this medication, healing is going to take place. Whether it's I finish off the medication that they need me to take, and then I'm 100% back to where I'm supposed to be, or I'm just being faithful and taking the medication and you are continuing to do healing within me, whatever the case may be. Like they both can interact at the same time.
Exactly. They go hand in hand.
Yeah. There's an aspect that we talk about called like the both and so it's like this can happen, both these things can be happening at the same time, and this can happen at the same time. So you can be a Christian and struggling with depression and be taking medication and praying to God for healing. That is totally like applicable. You can totally have that. So I can totally understand like the thing of like, oh, like I don't want to take medication and things like that, because I don't want it to seem like I don't trust God and I'm putting trust in man.
Right.
Not at all. I mean, God placed psychiatrists on this earth for a reason.
Like, yes. It's okay. I'm a big believer, like you said, that psychology does go with theology. It's right there. Like he's like, no, I had to give you guys psychologists so that you would know that they go hand in hand together, like as one. Be one.
It might be a book for you to write. The theology of psychology.
Ooh,
write that down, Precious.
Man, look, she's all and noted. It's fine. I'll text it to you. That way you don't have to stop what you're doing.
I literally was pulling out my pen on my phone, like,
don't even worry about it. I
had to put on the prophet hat for 1 second.
It's fine.
I took it off.
You don't take it off. He just turns it backwards.
You be quiet. But I agree with you, my love, and I agree with you as well, Precious. Yeah. Listen, faith in medicine is, people get weird.
They do.
We have faith in chairs. We have faith in remote controls that have batteries. We have faith in so many different things.
Yeah.
But
did you say in chairs?
Yeah, chair. We'll sit in a chair.
And remote controls?
Yeah.
I have faith that this remote control is going to change the channel. Not realizing that it could still run out of batteries, right? What? Yeah. How do you run? Oh, what? Oh.
Am I back? Okay, cool.
No, that was weird. Yeah, but and so we'll have a headache and we'll take Tylenol.
Yeah.
We'll have a vitamin deficiency and take vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B. We'll take zinc. We'll do all these things.
All the things.
Listen, and I'll tell the world, and I testify about it all the time. I've done it privately and publicly. I've been on antidepressants before.
Mm-hmm.
I had a very traumatic situation, and thank God my Bible college mentor, who was also a psychologist, found me meandering through the college.
I love that.
Lost. I was a mental break. He found me and walked me to the Hope Counseling Center, and they got me together with therapy and a prescription.
Yeah. It works.
It worked. But great question, great insight.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to that before we move on to the next question?
No. I think. Oh yes.
I think one little additional thing.
Please.
Sure. Yes. Please.
If they feel comfortable, and I've had clients do this too, if they would rather just like do whatever like psychotherapy or interventions or whatever before they add, taking medication, that's totally fine too. Or if they want to do a combination of the two, that is an option. Like the good thing is like there's options.
Sure.
So many options.
It's not like, just you take a pill or you don't.
It's one thing. Yeah. So that's the only additional thing that I would add.
Yeah, that's really good. That's good. This is so good.
It is.
I love
And if you
it.
just joined us and if you're coming in a little late, we have a special guest on with us tonight.
We do.
Precious Benjamin. She is our mental health expert of the evening. She is representing not just the millennials, but also mental health professionals who are here to give us the help we need to be well balanced and healthy. Because we have to have balance in our minds, our spirits, our bodies. Because if we're not going to work. And so we appreciate her being online with us tonight.
We do.
We do. She is the alpha.
She is the alpha of our special guest. I'm excited because I have been wanting to have a special guest since we started. I wanted to start with a special guest, and he was like, "Come on now, like let's at least get."
We still trying to figure out the buttons.
Right.
I'm old,
and I'm older.
You're not. I'm 72. You are 35. Don't even play these games.
It's sad that he would put me in such an age gap, girl. The gap. The gap.
No.
The 40+ age gap is what I don't like.
Fine, I'll tell the truth. I'm 61.
Oh my gosh. So okay, we're full of lies. He needs to go detox and decompress. He needs that hour of power. Hour
of power. Yeah. That's what it's called. I'm writing it on our chalkboard. Hour of power.
No.
I'm doing that.
I'm gonna shut up because I keep giving him ammo.
Go ahead.
So we talked about where people could find you, which is great. We actually kicked that one off early, and here I'm gonna run it down at the bottom again just to let everybody know.
Run that back.
Down at the bottom is her email address, and then also her Instagram for you guys to find her and see all of the mental health greatness that she posts. Listen, you guys, Instagram is it. I don't care. I know that she's on other platforms. Like she said, she's on Pinterest where she can post her mental health board.
What's your Pinterest name? We'll come back.
That's a really good question. I think it's Precious B. Ooh, that might be hard to find too. But since my name is down at the bottom, we should be able to spell it right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you guys get it together. Just find her. How about that?
Yeah.
Do you want to do a... No, I can't find it.
Go ahead. Promote your business.
I'm not good at
This
commercials.
broadcast is brought to you by our sponsor, Blended Harmony. Come on.
Blended Harmony.
We have all the products you need to unash yourself, whether it's fingers, elbows, knees, ankles, hair, whatever it may be. We have the product to make sure you are anointed,
Yeah.
In Jesus' name.
Yes.
Listen, we have the best sponsor because it is also our child, our business.
It is.
Listen, and I know what we put into it. And what you're not going to get in the store is what we have.
I have in my hands right here, I don't know if you can see the label. It's the new cucumber melon sugar scrub that's out. It is probably one of my favorite. Is this your favorite, Precious?
I didn't know you had that, and now I need it.
Oh, girl, I got you.
I'll bring it to your house tonight.
Yeah, I got you.
This one belongs to you.
We'll bring it to the house this weekend. To the house of the Lord this weekend.
The Bible said right now.
Don't be creepy.
Don't be creepy. Right.
We also have the new lip glosses. The newest one is OG Margarita. That one.
And for all the saints and ain'ts, it's not.
It's not alcohol. It's a non-alcoholic margarita. How about that? But don't get it twisted because it is very much inspired by. Okay. I had my bestie, one of my besties in mind when I made it. It was for her.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, she's gonna love this because that's her thing. Margaritas, OG margaritas, though, like the original, the OG ones. That was her. Yes, that's her thing. So,
yeah.
But I made it specially for her. So we got OG margarita. We have the Manhattan. We have the Manhattan. We have
which has hints of cherry.
Hints of cherry.
Hallelujah.
Yes, and then the White Russian. The White Russian actually has hints of chocolate. And
hallelujah.
Yeah, it's good. That one's good. That one.
And we have a sale going on right now.
We do. It's buy two get one free.
Boss gloss.
So all of the glosses that are up right now are buy two, get one free.
So please go to blendedharmony.net.
And you will find the coupon code is summer.
This is gonna be fun. Go ahead.
Summer gloss sale. It's SGS2.
There it is.
I have to say it out loud.
You did good, girl. You did good.
I just say it out loud in order to get it. So
I was a little concerned. How you don't not know your own promo code?
I don't run that side. I'm product only.
I'm logistics.
Yes, and I'm product.
You're everything else.
SGS2 is the promo code. You'll go and put that in when you place your order.
But this is yours, Precious.
Yeah, that one's yours. That one's for you.
To you.
Got you, girl.
This is a part. This is not it's not a replacement to the copay that I'm going to send you.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. Don't pretend. Hey, I want you guys to see her shirt. It is absolutely wonderful. I think it's absolutely the cutest thing. It says I came, I saw, I had anxiety, so I left. If that's not the best, that's wonderful.
That is my life.
Yeah, same. I legit live that way.
I will walk out of a room.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like it. Bye. But we wanted to. Nope. Send me a text.
So I want to close out with these fun things now.
Fun things.
Right. Give us, you did tell us some of the things that you do, like for your own, like well-balanced and healthy lifestyle, but 3 of your favorite things to do.
Ooh.
Just 3. I know, because I was like, oh, I could ask for 5, and I was like, 5. That's
dang. I would have been doing 5, but it's okay. I was
there it is.
do 3.
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna do 3. No, because I struggle with choosing my favorite things, but this is gonna help me to grow. So I'm going to do 3. I'm gonna do 3. So, favorite things. 1 is dancing.
Yes.
What kind of dancing?
2. Sticking with 3, Precious. 2 would be like quality time, like spending time with people.
Yeah.
Wait.
But what kind of dancing do you like? Like, what's your favorite kind of dance?
Oh.
Because I know how you do with Zumba Child, and I cannot wait for that subscription to start. I'm like, oh yeah, as soon as she gets popping. I felt so refreshed after that. I mean, I went back upstairs and I was like, she whooped my tail. And I got in the shower just as happy with a whooped tail in the shower. It was absolutely amazing. I came back down, I'm like, I feel good.
I feel good.
Yes. All over, child. All over.
She felt good all over.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
No, you're good. You're good.
But yes.
I honestly don't know what kind of dancing. I like a lot of different kind of dancing. But anything that has to do with my hips, though, I'm for it. And it's gotten me in trouble in church. But I always tell people, listen, David danced till his clothes were off. My clothes are still on. So
okay, and you're welcome. Mm-hmm.
I'm in the clear.
You're like, I think God's pleased with that.
It's in the Bible.
So
that dance that I did in the church, it was so good. What was that? Was that Christmas?
No. Wait, I don't know. No.
Y'all did some kind of.
I'm not even gonna front.
There was some dancing. It was. Y'all was on the stage and.
Maybe it was Christmas.
I don't know. Anyway,
or was it?
It was in church and it was good and I liked it. So
okay.
It's fine.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while.
Those were dance ministries that we did.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, we be lit like that.
Yes. Them young adults be up there getting down. I was like, they better get down.
Be lit like that.
My knees are not. They're not built for that.
Be lit
anymore. Like be lit like that.
You're gonna hear that for the rest of the weekend.
Oh,
be lit like that.
Do I have to hear it like that though?
I'm gonna say it slow. I want you to hear every syllable. Be lit like that. Be lit
with the
like that.
Oh gosh. You're taking away all of the goodness of it. Oh, I don't. Okay, fine.
This is Viren bringing Viren back to Viren. So
I'm doing what the doctor said.
I'm following the doctor's instructions. So be mad at my mental health practitioner. So
it's fine. It's fine.
It's all good. It's all
Fine.
good.
Okay, go ahead.
So that
You
was
got-
2. What's the third?
Yeah.
You're good. Yeah. So dancing, spend time with people. Dang. Okay. You know what, Precious? You're gonna be your authentic self.
Come on.
Eating.
Yeah.
Eating is one of my favorite things. Like, I
Good
like trying new
food.
things.
Yeah.
Like trying new foods. I like creating dishes. I like making the same ones that everyone loves. Like every time my sisters come home, they're like, "Please make your chimneys." And I'm like, "Are you gonna buy the chimneys?" So, yeah, I would say eating would probably be number 3.
Grocery shopping, I'll do
Did you
it.
say chimney?
Oh my gosh.
I love the chimichanga ministry.
Are you gonna buy the groceries for her to do it?
I would gladly get fries.
Dang, I'm sorry. I thought he was gonna be like, no,
Send
I'm not
me
going to
the
the grocery.
grocery list.
Oh.
I will gladly go tonight.
Okay. I
Because
wanted
I
to,
need a chimney in my life. Because the Bible says, taste and see, that the Lord is good. Blessed be the man. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
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 Because you know, if I didn't get an amen, I had 4 more points.
And he was gonna go up every time. So by the time he would have been sitting behind the couch hollering, because it would have been too high and too loud.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. So food. Speaking of food, do you like East Indian food?
East Indian food?
Yeah, like chicken marsala or like any of the curries. I spoke to your heart.
There it is.
Okay, well, I have a dinner date. We need to plan a dinner date because I found, and it's so good. So they do their vegan and non-vegan, like, so you can choose off of either menu, but they have a red chicken curry and a green chicken curry, and
curry.
It is probably the best that I've ever had. So anyway, I'll schedule it with you off our, interview, but so good. It's so good.
Okay, this is a sign because my coworker on Monday she literally asked me the same thing. She's like, "Do you like Indian food?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, this is a new Indian restaurant. We should check it out." And then you just asked about it. This is
for the win.
I just need to eat all the Indian
food. I know. And this place, I one of my friends told me about it. She was like, you definitely should take your dad, because my dad was a vegan for a long time, and I bought it for him for one of his birthdays. It was so good. It's so good.
Now I know this is a y'all thing, but please bring me some back.
No. Look, you could come too if you want.
I'll be the armor bearer. I'll sit in the car. Y'all, look, have a blast. Just bring me a plate.
I commend you for putting your needs out there, sir.
I know.
See what I was hoping you were gonna catch it. I was hoping. You know what? Because I took notes. You say it. You say it. Say your need.
Yeah.
And hey, what you get back was what you get back. And I appreciate you hearing my need and responding.
Yes, sir.
See what I did? Come on, give me a grade. Come on.
Give me a grade.
Make me feel good about my choices.
Oh my gosh. Well, I appreciate you. This is wonderful. I hope that we can do it again.
Would you come back and be a part of another conversation with even more amazing mental health professionals?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
See, come on, Jesus.
Then I can have like a whole collab.
Because you can have up to like 9 people.
I'm not having 9, but that's a little overwhelming. Maybe like 2 more, and that'll be all right.
You can have like 15 people.
I just have like 2 more.
We paid up for the years. We good.
Great, Precious. You hear that? She heard that. Oh, Jesus.
Come on, put your hands together for Precious Benjamin.
Thank you. Yes.
There might have been some comments or questions in the thread.
Yeah.
Precious, if you don't mind going back and maybe revisiting the Facebook Live, and there were some questions if you want. Some people really
or
I'll
send them to you, and you can send me the replies, however you feel about it. Okay. Yes, but thank you guys for joining us. I apologize for our tardiness, our bad. But we did make it. I'm so excited. I'm grateful that you took the time with us today. I'm happy.
Absolutely.
This is so awesome for me. I'm on. Yes. So
it happened the way it was supposed to happen.
It did.
With the person it was supposed to be with.
Exactly. And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful it happened like this. Again, at the bottom, I've put her information. You can find her on Instagram. And I'm choosing Instagram, like I said, because I feel like y'all will get the most valuable information from her on Instagram. Stories, her little posts that she does, all the things. Look for all the things.
No, real talk. I'm just going to be real for a minute. I'm 48 years old. That's my real age.
Oh, really?
Be careful. Be very careful. Don't do that in front of company.
Chashy family. We can all get whooped around here.
Right. No,
we can all get whooped.
There's no age limit to wisdom.
Facts.
Right? And
facts.
And I appreciate godly wisdom from any vessel. And when I say to you personally, and what I say to you now is I appreciate your godly wisdom for mental health, because it keeps me balanced and grounded, and the questions, they challenge me, and I appreciate that. So whether you're 48, 58, or 68, don't get it twisted. There are some 20-somethings, 30-somethings, or even some teen-somethings that can give you the wisdom you need to get yourself together.
Yep. That's good advice, babe. That's good, because people need to know it ain't just your age group or above you that you should be listening to.
So true.
You can get wisdom from a 5-year-old, okay? Yeah. And be like, ooh,
ooh.
True.
Yeah. So
because this 12-year-old back here got me all together a couple months back when Apostle was teaching about intersections.
Oh my
I was on the
that
phone
was like last year. And she still talks about it.
No, that sounds like you're having an intersection problem with your friend. You should probably have them in the Bible.
Oh. Yeah, she loves to get me like, right. Oh, you remember what Apostle said about intersections, Mom? I'm like, okay.
It's that accountability.
Yeah. She will hold you accountable, and you don't even ask for her accountability. You're like, I didn't even ask you, but thanks. And I see what you're doing, Lord. Okay. You're teaching me that it can come from her too. Anybody can give it. Okay. Anybody.
But all right.
Well, thank you, Precious. Yes, we love you. We're so excited for what you're doing. We're excited for all the things that are coming for you. I'm going to do better at sharing and resharing and reposting things. I am the worst on social media.
The worst.
Child, Vera will send me something. Be like, did you check my messages? No. Are you going to?
I'll send her something. She'll send me something in the same platform.
It's the same thing.
Like, how you expect me to see yours? You didn't see mine.
He'll be like, but I sent you something like 5
Watch this.
ago.
What I need from you in that moment is for you to look at what I posted and then validate that with a response. Just a double click of a heart lets me know that you saw what I sent.
Got it. I'm not guaranteeing that knows what I'm trying to. That was the whole point of me having this conversation, is because I can't guarantee that. All I can do is say I'll try, and I'm going to work on it. I'll work on it.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
We'll see that was beautiful, guys.
Like, we'll see you in family therapy.
Okay. You're going to get a text.
I'm texting you right now, girl. I'm texting you right now.
What are your rates for real? Like, for real? What are the contract?
So email us your all right, girl. Well, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
All right. Any last words before we go from you? This is your moment. Whatever you want the people to know.
Oh, I just wanted to say, thank you for, inviting me to be on here. I didn't know I was the first one, so definitely had some nerve sweats going on here, but it was great.
You did great. Yeah,
it was great, and I just hope this was helpful to everyone.
Yeah.
And also I'm going to be very transparent and authentic and honest here too. Like Zakia, I do my best on social media, but again, I am doing a lot of things at one time. So if I don't respond to you within 24 hours, it's not you, it's really me. Just expect it within like one
Same.
business week, and
Right. Can I have
it should be good.
one
Because sometimes
full
my
business
phone
week?
updates and
That's solid.
all the notifications disappear. Yeah. So, but yes.
Very good. Thank you, Precious. I hope you have a great night. I thank you so much for joining us. We love you.
Love you.
Thank
All right,
you.
y'all. We'll see y'all. We'll see it. What is today?
Friday.
Look, I'm all lost. Woo, woo. Friday.
See you Tuesday, y'all.
We'll
Let's
see
go.
y'all Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.